Girls, tell me, is your current bed or is it not built for Whoopi?
Oh, our current bed, it is built for Whoopi.
No, it's not.
We don't even sleep comfortable. We can't Whoopi comfortable.
You Whoopi. What's the problem with the sleeping here?
He tries to take the whole bed.
I give her all the covers and I take the bed.
Yeah, but when we wake up, the covers are on the floor on his side.
No.
Yes.
If you got promoted to the next job up from yours, how much money would you be earning per week? Jerry?
Is this promoted from the job I do for him, or?
No, wherever you are. You mean he pays you by the week?
He never has money anyway.
I don't know. You're working now. If you got promoted to the next job up, how much money would you make a week?
$325.
$325. He said you'd be making about $400 a week.
I told you, Mike, we just talked about that the other day.
Isn't the next job up your boss's job?
No, but if I got another job, I would want that.
He didn't say anything about another job. He said the next job up.
I wouldn't want the next job up at that company.
You may be wanting any job. Here's the last question. Girls, tell
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 634. I'm back with another video. I'm so happy that y'all are joining me. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much. If you are new here, hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so you get notified when I have new videos available. And it is so wonderful. And it is such a blessing that I'm able to do another video today and another episode. And I also wanted to share some things with y'all. I don't know if y'all remember, but remember when I said, and remember when I told y'all I was going to do a poll yesterday? I did the poll and I said that whichever poll and image has the most votes, I will be doing a episode of DDTS today on. Well, guess what? We have a winner, and the winner of the episode of DDTS that I will be doing on, and the image winner is the story of Jeri and Mike, an interracial couple that began their love story back in 1976. But married in 1977. I think I got it right. Mike and Jeri, an interracial couple that found true love with each other. They married in 1977 and they met in 1976. And they have been together for 46 years. So they've been together for 46 years. So it's truly a blessing. Now, my math might be a little off. My math might be off, y'all. It might be off. But they've been together for 46 years, and that's truly a blessing. So I think that's right. I don't know. So, yeah, they've been together for 46 years. Yes, indeed. And I will be telling the love story of Mike and Jeri. Let me get my stuff together. So, I'm going to be talking about the influencer Jeri Wirtz of Jeri and Mike, the TikTok duo. At the age of 74, she passes away at the age of 74, sharing a 9-year breast cancer journey. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And we are going to be talking about their love story and nearly 50 years of interracial love story with her and her husband, Mike. Let me go ahead and give y'all a rundown on this, okay? I discovered this lovely couple. I discovered them on Instagram like 2 to 3 years ago. Because I love Instagram. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I'm 30 years old. And also, I love Instagram. I love TikTok. I love Facebook to an extent. But Facebook is a little too messy for me. But I love TikTok. But I love Instagram. Because not only does Instagram provide you with scoops as well, but it provides you with the news. It depends on what pages you follow and everything, this and that and the third. I hope I'm still on here? Okay, yeah. Yes, I do. I truly love the duo. I found them on Instagram about 2 to 3 years ago. And I looked and looked and looked. So what happened was I was scrolling, and, for me to get attached to a page and for me to follow a page, what I do when I discover something that I'm interested in. So what I did was I clicked on the profile, and I was looking through the page because I wanted to be sure that it was real. Don't nobody want to get excited for anything, and then you say, oh, scam, this and that and the third. So I clicked on their page, and there where I saw their love story. They met back in the 1970s. They first met on a summer day in 1976 out at a pool by their apartment complex, and the duo shared in a 2024 interview with People after exchanging numbers. The rest is history. And let me tell you something. I'm not trying to skip around. I want to include everything. But let me finish telling y'all about the story. So, I was on Instagram and I found their story. I saw this. I ain't trying to make this sound crazy or rude or disrespectful. I'm going to be respectful. But I saw this black woman and I saw this white man. And they were, together. They was doing content together. And then they had a label that said, I've been married to my wife for 40-something years. And I'm like, 40-something years? So I clicked on the page. And when I clicked on their page, that's when I saw that they met back in the 1970s. Like, they've been together for some decades. And that is true love. And let me tell you this. That's true love. And let me tell you this. I will also say that, back in the 60s and 70s, it was quite difficult, for interracial couples to be together, because it's a lot of peoples that did not approve of interracial couples. If I'm correct, I believe whatever state you went to, they might have accepted it, but in the long run, interracial relationships was not, as big as it is today. Like, peoples of different races and different ethnicities and, genders that have different backgrounds, they might have slept with each other when it comes to interracial, relationships, back in the 60s and 70s. But honestly, it was quite difficult. I feel like, in my opinion, in the 60s and the 70s, it was quite difficult because at that time, segregation was still going on. And plus, people still had racism in their heart. But I will say this. You do have these peoples that are in relationships. There are in interracial relationships, or there were in interracial relationships. They did not care what people said. They did not care about the rules. They did not care about the consequences. It's like this. They was drawn to each other. They found the connection with each other. And I was always told, if you really love someone, if you really feel safe and connected with someone, if somebody treats you right, if somebody giving you that opportunity, if somebody is actually listening to you, if y'all basically are on the same page, then hey, that is amazing. And that's what I feel about Mike and Jeri. They met on a summer day in 1976 out at a pool at an apartment complex, and they shared in a 2024 interview with People. And after exchanging numbers, the rest is history, and that is beautiful. I'm going ahead and starting with the story. So they met in 1976, and I really feel like they really met at a time where, interracial relationships, depending on where you was at, it was accepting, but then again, it was not accepting, because some people still had that, that, I'm going to say hatred, and that basically that disagreement. In their heart, because they really felt like if you are in interracial relationships, you couldn't get married, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. But think about this. Think about the peoples that were and that are in interracial relationships, and they have developed some wonderful stars along the way. You got Lenny Kravitz. His mother was Roxy Roker. You have the Barges, but their story is very toxic and very sad. You have the Smulliets. You have Jesse Smollett. You have, the Smollett family. They are a product, well, not a product, but they are an example of, of that whole situation. But, it's plenty more. But we are going to talk about Jeri and Mike. Yes, indeed. So they met in 1976, and the rest is history. They tied the knot the following year at a small garden, wedding only, 10 years after Loving v. Virginia struck down laws barring interracial relationship marriages. While legal, the pair faced a spectrum of public opinions about their courtship, though they never let it dent their love. Naturally, you're going to think, if I start dating her, what are people going to think? And are they going to think of it in a negative way or positive way? Admitted Mike to Peoples. But as far as my feelings were concerned, I wasn't going to let that stop me from dating someone I was interested in. So that is powerful. So basically, when they were facing some of the most tough spectrums in life of being in a relationship, in loving Virginia, they struck down laws barring interracial relationships. While legal, the pair faced a spectrum of public opinion. So basically, when someone says that they are facing public opinions. When people say public opinions, I think of this. I think of when they say this, they say, if you are in a relationship with a black woman, if a black woman is in a relationship with a black man, and if a black man is in a interracial relationship with a white woman, you have peoples that's going to be standing around, walking around like to a store, like to their car, or like at an event, and you're going to see them holding hands. And then, people's have that mindset where they be whispering and be like, they together. I don't know about that. They ain't scared what people going to say about them. That's pretty much what Mike was saying. He was basically saying, where they were basically big on their opinions in public. Whether they saw you in public, they pretty much were going to tell you, their opinions on who you was with, who you with, and how it's gonna be. But I'm going to say this as well. I'm outside, y'all, so don't let that distract you. And he also says, Mike said this. He says, naturally you're going to think, if I start dating her, what are people going to think? And are they going to think of it in a negative way or positive way? Admitted Mike to people. But as far as my feelings were concerned, I wasn't going to let that stop me from dating someone I was interested in. That's very powerful. So basically what Mr. Mike was saying was, hey, people's got their public opinions. Yes, they have their opinions, but you thinking about the person you are interested in, you thinking that the people's going to give their public opinions. You're trying to think, is it going to be in a positive way or negative way? Because people do have a way of giving their opinions. People choose to give their opinions how they give them. Now, some people give their opinions in a way that I feel like it can be in a way without being mean. But also, people also give their opinions, in a nice way, in a respectable way, without being shady, this and that and the third. Because I feel like this. You can give your opinion without being shady, without being mean, without being a a-hole. You can do that. But it is some people's, including myself, half of the time, because I will put myself out there and I will take accountability. And I will say this, I do sometimes, and I have in the past, and I might still do, and I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to pretend and say I don't. I might give my opinion in a way that I feel like this should have been in a respectable way, not in a shady, mean way. But hey, sometimes it's best to give your opinion how you see fit. But in Mike and Jeri's situation, if a person that gives their opinion see an interracial couple in public, Mr. Mike, he's going to wonder. He's probably wondered, like what he said he wondered. If somebody gives their public opinion to me, is they going to give it to me in a positive way, nice way, respectable way of advice, encouragement? Or is they going to give it to me in a negative way or shady way or a way that they think that I'm going to be scared and lose interest in who I'm trying to talk to? But I'm not going to do that. And one thing I will say, Mike basically told his truth and story. He said this. He says, but as far as that his feelings was concerned, he was like, he was not going to let that stop him from dating someone that he is interested in. And I, for one, I love that. I love that. The last sentence that Mike said about Jeri, he basically said that, hey, I'm not going to let anybody negative words. I'm not even going to let anybody mean words. I'm not going to let anybody negative vibes stop me from dating this woman, this beautiful woman that I met by the pool, that I'm interested in, that I possibly and have spent my life with for 46 years. And the rest is history. The rest is history, Mike said. And that's all that matters. The rest is history. Now, for me to tell the story, I must dig deeper. And I must applaud Mike for not giving up on the love that he had for Jeri. Jeri felt the same way that Mike felt about her, and that is magical. Now, for me to finish the story, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish the story. And I'm going to get to the passing of Jeri Wirtz. So just give me 1 second. So, here we go. It says here, they met in 1976. I'm gonna give an elaboration back. I'm gonna give a rewind elaboration. They met back in 1976 at their apartment complex pool in Downey, California, where Mike being instantly struck by Jeri, leading to them connecting at a party. They started to date and marrying a year later, becoming beloved for their sweet, long-lasting love story. How they met. Okay, I'm finna tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all their version of it because they have their version of it. The apartment complex pool in Downey, California. The international impression, Jeri found Mike attractive and mature. Mike felt he had to meet her. And the spark was they met at a gathering at Jeri's apartment where they connected deeply, talking for hours. The first date and beyond, Mike asked Jeri out. They started dating, and a year later, he proposed. Now, that is amazing. Now, that's the old school, natural, right way to meet someone. It's very different now. Now you have to meet somebody off of social media, off of Instagram, TikTok, Grindr, Tinder, eHarmony, FormersOnly.com, Cupid, Plenty of Fish. You get what I'm saying. But back then, it was at that time like there wasn't no social media, so they basically had to do what they had to do. They was at an event. And this the thing, if Mike and Jeri have not connected in that event at Jeri's apartment complex, they possibly never would have met in that moment. So basically, if they have not met in that moment, this connection that they had, it wouldn't have been had. And it's quite beautiful how they met. And it's quite beautiful how their love story is, even though it ended in a sad ending. And I will be getting to that. The key details. They met in 1976. They married in August the 28th of 1977. Their viral fame, they gained huge popularity on a TikTok for sharing their decades of love story and journey through Jeri's council battle. In this video, it's a video that shows how Jeri and Mike met. And I will say this. They met on the game show. Well, no, they was together on the game show. They was on this game show called The Newlyweds. Let me be sure. They was on this show called The Newlywed Game. And I'ma be sure I put that up. They met on a show called The Newlywed Game. And that was 46 years ago. So basically, that was in 1978. They met in 1976. Married in 1977. There was on this Newlywed Game 46 years ago. And their love story is so beautiful. And when I found out that Miss Jeri Wirtz passed away, I was so heartbroken. And I was shocked because I did not know that Jeri had a long battle with breast cancer for 9 years. And that is a journey. That is a testimony. And she fought it and fought it and fought it. She was a fighter. And I will also say this, her wonderful children, her son, put up a touching tribute of his mother's passing. But since we are talking about the son, let's go ahead and talk about the kids. So, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see something here. Let me see. I don't have my stuff together. Okay. So they have 2 children, a daughter named Nicole and a son named Ryan, who are now adults with families. They also share glimpses of their grandkids on their social media. So Mike and Jeri, they also have grandkids. So their kids is Nicole and their son is Ryan. Yes, indeed. I will be sure to put pictures up of the kids. So the daughter Nicole was born on August the 9th, 1980, and a son, Ryan Wirtz, who is a musician with birthdays celebrated in October. So I'm guessing they are twins. But yeah, there are their kids, and they also have grandkids. And I am so happy that I was able to stumble upon their channel, their page, and see their life story, because that's what I am for. I love seeing people share a long history of love. And basically, let me go ahead and say this. Through all the tough tribulations, how peoples were against interracial dating, how they were against a white woman dating a black man, or a black man dating a white woman. Even though it was a spectrum, Jeri and Mike, they fought those odds, and they kept their heads up, and they kept doing what they do, and they kept on loving each other. Because I believe when you find somebody like Jeri and Mike found each other at a party, talking for hours, meeting one year, marrying the next year, then having kids, then your kids having kids when they're grown, creating a wonderful more generation, I think that is very magical and powerful. So, yes, indeed. That's very powerful. So, Mike and Jeri, they shared a loving and amazing journey for 46 years. August the 28th, 1977 to December the 6th, 2025, where Jeri Wirtz, the wife of Mike Wirtz, died from breast cancer at the age of 74. And she was the better half of Jeri and Mike. And the news broke out on her Instagram page in the statement that read, Today is a sad day for our family. We are heartbroken to share that the sunshine of our lives, Jeri Wirtz, passed away peacefully at home on December 6, 2025, surrounded by her loving family. We are devastated and know this news will be shocking to many of you who loved her and following her journey on social media throughout the years. Jeri opened up and shared her battle with stage 4 breast cancer for the past 9 years. Through every challenge, she showed incredible strength, grace, that beautiful smile so many of you adored. And it was a month ago that she experienced a significant decline in her health and spent time in the hospital in hopes of improving. Sadly, that wasn't the case, and she began in-home hospice care last week. Although we prayed for more times, we were blessed with 4 precious days. And that is the end of an era of a wonderful, powerful love story between two peoples that truly love each other, that loved each other, that had a life story and passion, and they didn't let anything stop them for what they believed in. And we can also learn so much from Mike and Jeri love story for 46 years. If they can meet someone, if they can meet each other and have a gracious, powerful connection, love connection, meeting 1 year, marrying the next, and still holding on 40 years strong, I'm pretty sure anyone can. If you just find that right person, put your effort in it and mind to it, like Jeri and Mike did. Even though they went through a spectrum, they never let that love stop them. They never let that negativity stop them. They didn't let the negativity stop them. They didn't let the negative comments stop them. That's if they had any. They didn't let anything stop them for being in love. And basically you can tell Mike liked it. Jeri liked it. Mike, she was attracted to Mike. Mike was attracted to Jeri. And the rest is history. And that's going to be the story. Jeri passed away on December the 6th, 2025 at the age of 74 after battling stage 4 of breast cancer that she has been having for 9 years. And that is my video for today of the love story of Jeri and Mike Wirtz. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know how I did. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with another video as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoyed, and please let me know how I did. I hope I didn't mess up. Let me know how I did, y'all. I really want to say I love y'all and thank you for everything. Oh, and shout out to From the Sip, because thanks to him, I got new entrance music. He made me a nice intro poster and a new intro video and outro video. I really want to say thank you From the Sip. I greatly appreciate it. And I love it. Really made my day. And I'm so happy that I was able to do this episode for y'all. Well, I'm finna go and edit it. So when I'm done editing, I will be sure to let you know. But please let me know in the comments how I did. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back with another video as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all, and I love y'all. Thank y'all for the votes. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the love. I really want to say I love y'all. Stay tuned for more videos, more news, more gossip, and more trending topics on DDTS, where I discuss LGBTQ topics and rights, equality, where my channel spreads love and light. And I want my channel to be a positive way for people to know. Come enjoy yourself. Always think positive. Don't think negative. Always think positive. Always keep your head and your mind up. Always put God first. Always put the good Lord first. Always stay blessed. And always love yourself first. And put yourself in a way before you love someone else. God comes first than anything. When you have God in the head of your life, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Stay blessed. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye.